Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining the Smiling Faces podcast. Before we get started, we just want to remind you that this is the end of 2024, which means this is your chance to get in your final donations, tax-deductible donation to us here at the Smiling Faces series and podcast. So if you're interested in spending some of that last bit of hard-earned dough for that big, sexy tax break, find us on our website at www.smilingfacesseries.com. Click on that nice, big, beautiful green Contribute Now button and share the love, share the wealth. Happy holidays.
Now I'm running through the lyrics in my head. What did he say? Yeah,
You're
I was
spitting
running through
out
the
lyrics to Arms Wide Open.
I'm not new to Creed. I'm true to Creed, okay? Welcome back to episode 9 of Smiling Faces, the podcast. I'm Victoria Dunn.
And I'm Jess Anguiano, and we are the executive producers of Smiling Faces, the newest soon-to-be hit pilot comedy we are producing about two girls who discover they are dating the same guy while working at a toxically positive spin studio.
On this podcast, we provide you with unfiltered conversations about dating, heartbreak, revenge, and of course, living your best life.
And as always, we are out here living our best life. Yes.
Always. Yeah. I mean, packed little day for me. I guess I can just take the lead here. Work. We're doing this. Shortly after, I'm going to the Writers Guild Theater to watch an early screening of Nosferatu that the writer's going to be speaking at afterwards. Roger.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you sneeze? Nosferatu? What? What?
Oh, ma'am. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Do you not know Nosferatu? Okay.
I do not.
First of all, it was like one of the first vampire movies ever in the 20s. Iconic. And so now Roger Eggert is doing a new version of it, and it's going to be amazing. And you're a vagabond for not knowing it.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know, Victoria just turned into like a mid-20s film major from UCLA.
I just feel like the allegory that was happening in the movie is like we are all Nosferatu, you know?
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Forgive my plebeian ways.
It's pretty disgusting.
Thank you. This is what makes us so beautiful because Victoria is like a total film buff. Like, can I say that? Like, you're a film buff?
I accept all labels except sticky.
Why would you be sticky?
I don't know. I don't know why. Well, only because I took out the trash at my other job last night because I picked up a shift and I had to pick up a trash can lid and my pinky there was something on the trash can that was sticky and I drove because I only had hand sanitizer, not like wipes in my car. So I drove with my pinky up on the steering wheel the whole way home because I was like, this sticky finger can't touch anything. So I refused to identify as sticky.
Not only were you sticky, but you were snobbily sticky.
I was snobbily sticky.
Driving your little car.
Exactly.
Anyway, so yes, I was definitely right. No one's calling you sticky here. We won't call you sticky.
Thank you.
Film buff. You are a film buff. And what I think is so fun about this, Victoria loves films and I'm just in the trash of television. Like I just am like such a hoe for TV. I watch it all. I read all the television episodes. Like I just am so gross about TV. And you are over here and you're like, gorgeous glass tower of film, buffery.
Mm-hmm. I'm an AMC A-lister, darling.
An A-list. This is the best. What a great marketing, by the way. A-list being I just thought of that.
They
I
were
just
smart
heard
to call us that.
No,
yeah, they were smart to call us that. They know. That's how I live my best life. Seeing 3 movies a week.
Are you really? 3 movies?
I mean, they allow it. I don't get them in all the time, but I try because why not? You pay one flat rate a month, and the cost of one movie, you've already made it back. Yeah. It's like $24 a month. Why would you not see 12 movies if you could?
This is not a sponsored ad for AMC.
Nah, but
But
we'll
hey,
take a
AMC, if you're
membership.
hey, if you're interested, we're listening. I that's
Speaking of,
here's speaking of,
well,
yeah,
yeah.
movies.
So,
Yes.
apparently, even with all of this, I've heard if we're going to go into industry stuff really fast.
Oh yeah, because basically we're here to give you some hot updates on what's going on with the show, and of course, the television industry and the film
Yeah.
industry. Yeah, what's up?
Yes. So apparently, even after all of this AMC A list that me and several people take advantage of, AMC shares are very down and they're going to have to close several locations.
No, wait. First
I
of all,
know.
it's like you and a handful of other people that are members of the AMC A-listers.
Um, yes, there's several of us. We're a strong community,
I
and
see.
I have an entourage. See, they know how to label the things. So your friends on AMC A list that you have, you can add them to your entourage. So then you can book tickets for them from their account to join you and sit with you at the movies.
Stop it.
Hmm.
That's very cool. No,
I
had no
know.
idea. Okay, so
I don't know
this
why their
we're not
shares are down.
yeah, we're not podcasting. We're just doing a full-on commercial for AMC A-listers. I didn't know. I didn't
Us and
know.
Nicole
And I'm out
Kidman.
here. Yeah, that's right. I forgot she did that. Yeah,
The
even with
amazing
Nicole,
cunty
they get
Nicole Kidman.
ooh.
No, positive cunty, like drag queen cunty.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm with you. I'm sorry.
I would
I'm like,
never do that to Miss
it was just,
Kidman.
but I love the term cunty. So I was like, oh, wait, that's spicy. Like, okay, back to this industry because it is true. And ideally, we'd love to have our own project, Smiling Faces, up there on that big screen. Hey, AMC A-listers, just keep us in mind if you're interested in screening a
They should
pilot.
do indie screenings. Yeah, they should.
Like
Maybe that get their
Alamo
shares
Draft
up.
House, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So we do need to talk about updates on our show. I think the biggest update is like this right here. Hello, podcast. Hi, everybody. Like, apparently, y'all listening. Apparently, y'all tuned in.
Right? I thought it was just us and producer Mike.
That's right. You can't hear him, but he's always there.
And then maybe even my parents, if they learned what podcasts were,
Oh
they
my
would
God.
listen.
I have to tell you, I am stoked that that we've got like welcome to the podcast, new listeners. We are so excited to have you here with us. Like we're here talking about this all started because we're talking about producing our pilot television show, Smiling Faces. But the truth
Yeah.
is, like, there's a lot that we're smiling through with our big fat smiling faces, and some of that is industry. What's happening with the industry right now? I think we have to talk about it because everybody knows the strike happened last year, and I guess out in the
Both.
world, yeah, both the strikes, right? Exactly, writer strike, and then the actor strike. And listen, let's
And
not forget also
voiceover.
and the cruise IATSE was striking. Transpo Union went down for a bit. So your people in the entertainment industry, we're out here screaming. For that, I mean, listen, I'm a member of SAG, member of Actors Equity. Hey,
Oh, brag.
yeah,
You don't have to stand out in the
listen,
cold early in the morning for theater auditions. Like
that's
some of
right.
like some of us. I don't know who would I don't know who's doing that. I don't know who gets the theater at 5 a.m. even though the call is 9. I don't know who does that.
Look, I have to tell you, I have not done a theater audition in a hot minute, because out here it's just the theater industry. I know very little bit about out here. Victoria just did a show down in Long Beach, so you're working.
Yeah. And for
Yeah.
anyone who does want to know what theater auditions are like in LA when you're not equity, like Miss Anguiano here, please know that if the call for the equity members is 9 a.m., you're getting there at the latest 6 a.m. You are bundled. You have your coffee and your water, probably tea, actually. Sorry, not coffee. You have your tea, you have your water, a blanket, and a piece of paper so that you can do a sign in sheet on Honor System So whoever gets there first, they write down their name and say, okay, I'm the first non-union person. Then everyone follows
Mhm.
suit signing that paper. And then when the rep comes to start the equity auditions, you hand that paper to said person and go, here are the non-union people. Should an equity person decide, I don't want to do this or miss their time slot,
Happens all the
then
time.
there you go. Some fateful person will come on and go, all right, Victoria, you're number 2, you're up. I've been number 1 on that paper before, gotten there at 5 a.m., and didn't get to do my monologue until 1 p.m.
Ooh,
You
that's
gotta want it.
you gotta be hungry for. I am trying to remember. I joined the union pretty early, the theater union pretty early, so I don't think I battled that too much. But I definitely like. Yeah, it's different when you're in SAG. Yeah, if you're in the Screen Actors Guild and AFTRA, like it's a different
Yeah,
land. It's a
for
different
sure.
land. Yeah, yeah,
Well, at
yeah.
least that's
Yeah.
specifically equity theater auditions. SAG, totally different. Like those are different auditions altogether, like in person. Weirdly, though, I've had a lot
Yes.
of in person auditions lately for commercials. Commercials are up,
This
they're
is what
doing
I'm talking
just
about.
fine.
See, I've got friends on both sides of the spectrum here. So the industry went down. Like there was no TVs, no movies, no nothing was no TV shows were being made. The industry went down for a good year and a half. My friends, your friends have been struggling. We're out here in these getting these day jobs, trying to make way. And the truth is there's a handful of y'all that are auditioning all the time. Victoria is one of them.
Mm.
When everybody's saying there's no work, what do we do? And that's kind of something I've been wanting to talk about because there's whispers that the industry's coming back. There's quite a bit of television shows. That's what feeds the industry in Los Angeles is the TV shows. They're filming films out like across the world. They're like on the other side
Yeah,
of the
the
world.
films, other
Yeah.
side of the world, and
Beirut,
Georgia and Louisiana and
Australia,
Canada.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vancouver, Toronto, like
And New Mexico.
um
Yeah.
New Mexico.
A new
It,
soundstage got built in New Mexico.
was that the Netflix one or did you hear another one?
I think it's another one.
Oh, that's great news for
Hmm.
them. I did have quite a bit of success when I was working as an actress down in New Mexico. I love what they've done with the film industry down there because something you might not know is that Albuquerque, the city of Albuquerque was like really flagging and struggling like as a whole, I think bankrupt. I don't have all the facts and maybe it'd be nice if I did, but when
That's
they
not what we're about.
injected that's not what. Listen, we're about to talk about
Facts.
saging your vagina. We don't need to worry. But what I do know about the New Mexico industry, the film industry, is that the people down there are so passionate about building an industry because they need to work. There's no industry in Albuquerque, so they built one. And for that, I will
Right.
always respect them. Like there's tons of stuff shooting down there. So what I'm seeing and hearing from my actor friends, the ones that aren't auditioning, they're working to find representation in Utah, where Yellowstone is, and
Mm.
Oklahoma, or no, I don't think Utah's actually shooting in Montana. I have that wrong, but Oklahoma,
For what show? Yellowstone. Yellowstone, I think,
Yellowstone. Yep, yeah.
is
And what is it?
actually, I think it is
1879 or
Montana. Yeah,
yeah, they're
1889,
shooting in Montana.
1879,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, because my friend's ex is
yeah.
on that show.
Oh, weird flex.
Full of those.
Anyway, what my thoughts are, and what Victoria feeds this all the time to me. It's changing the story. The story is there's no industry, there's no work, we're all drowning out here, there's nothing to do. And we're changing that story. And it's not entirely true because you've
It's
not stopped auditioning.
It's not. Weirdly, auditions and in-person auditions have picked up so much. Like every day, the last couple of weeks, I've gone home or left work and been like, you know what? I'm gonna finish work today early. I'm gonna go home and get high and relax. And I promise you, grateful, but
Living
I get an email,
living our best life.
living our best life. And I'll get an
Yeah.
email from my agent. And they're like, you have a self-tape due tomorrow. I'm like, so do it tonight? Got it. Or it'll
Right.
be like schedule or you're scheduled for an in-person audition the next day. Only once, I think, if I had a moment where I forgot I had a self-tape due and I went out drinking and then came
Ooh.
home and remembered I had to do it. I've never been so mean to myself to be like, you sober up, bitch. You say these lines.
I
It
would
was
think that you'd be
bad.
like, I would think you'd be better. You're like, hey, just
I was
loose,
loose,
relaxed.
but the words were like, if they were
Just
didn't
in the
work.
mirror, get it together. You
Exactly.
get it together,
It's like,
right?
you dumb bitch, get it. But in person, happening.
Hey.
And like
Oh yeah.
specifically some places, there's one that I'm always at in Glendale and then one like off Wilshire, but there've been a ton of in-person auditions lately. And I thought that they keep saying, "Oh no, self-tape only." No, no, no. I've had a lot of in-person.
So I'm intrigued because if you're auditioning in person, but like there's so much out there that's self-tape, like how is it feeling to be in person? Like is it a different vibe because there's so much self-tape or
Yeah, it's like, you know what's funny? I feel like the casting directors now give less of a shit when you're in person. Like I had one last week who when he was explaining what we had to do, he goes, Look, I'm sure you saw the questions written out there. They don't fucking matter. Just, I'm going to ask you some shit. I was here at 9:50. I got these questions at 10. They have already
no?
changed. It's been 2 hours. So he's like, we just want to see your personality. We don't give a shit. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Like
Great.
they're
Great.
so candid. I think because they're like, I'm in office now. Damn it. So
I
they're a
used to work from
little
home.
crotchety.
I had to put
They're a little
pants on. This
crotchety.
is bullshit.
Totally. They're a little spicy now.
I,
So I will say
you know
that,
what?
but they're also like, who cares, dude?
Just yeah, we just want to see you. We just want to see you and see your face and then get out of here. There does
Yeah.
seem to be like post-COVID, there's like a respect for people's time because it's like I put pants on for this. I mean,
Yes.
look, we're in the comfort of my home right now, and I am barely wearing pants. Barely.
There you go.
So yeah.
I will say in comparison, I like so there's a two coin things. I know a lot of people say that they prefer self tapes now. I actually prefer only because of the flexibility of time. Do I like a self tape? But I actually like in person because I will belabor an audition if it's self tape because then you can keep
Oh.
doing it as many times as you want. And sometimes I do. And then I get caught up in which one am I going to send and having this soul searching. I don't like that. Just go in, blow your wad in the room, and then that's it. They like you or they
You heard
didn't.
it here first, people. You heard it here first. This is the exact way for success as an actor, a working actor in the industry. You just walk in the room, blow your wad,
Blow
and be
your
like,
wad and leave.
"You're welcome." Smoke
Because
a
so many
cigarette
also,
after.
right. Because I mean, there's no way to really, a lot of the auditions too that I've had, there's no copy. So you go in and you're kind of like,
Yeah.
what's happening today? And you walk in, they go, all right, you're going to walk over here and say this, and then you're going to improv a
Yeah.
little thing, but don't do this. Like they'll say, like, ask a simple question of a kid coming home, but don't ask them how their day was. Like they ask you to say stuff, but then they're like, but don't do the obvious thing. Like they get mad at you.
Yeah, you're
And they're like, pick a
okay.
different thing. And
Be
then,
interesting. Make an
yeah.
interesting choice. You're like, I'm doing this for free. Okay. So just be cool. If I want to
Be
ask,
cool
maybe
about
the way that I ask a kid how his day went at school was
You
like,
don't know
maybe
how
it's interesting.
exactly. I might be a really cool mom and be like, hey, Timmy, your day was cracking. You don't know.
First of
You
all, I
don't
need
know.
you to have a kid. I need you to have a kid so that's how you're. Hey, Timmy, what's
I
cracking?
will be the coolest, most unhinged mom. I know it.
I mean, listen, you're basically the coolest, most unhinged mom to me. So I'm here for it.
Don't make me cry.
Victoria takes such good care of me. Like most of the time being like, stay away from that man.
Usually it's that. How's my baby doing? You all right? You staying away from troubled men? Are you drinking your water?
Drinking my water today.
That's right. Good job, baby. Now I feel like I'm just an auntie.
Please God, to have you as my auntie would be amazing. I have to say, no, yeah, I'm for the most part staying away from the troubled men. Listen, we're talking about, like, I really am like zeroing in on this. Like, we're talking about changing the story, like hope. We're talking about hope here because actors, people in this industry are like, there's no industry, there's no work. What do you do? What's the point? And like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to have hope and feel it and like feel hope in your heart. You can't really control feelings. But what you can do is control the story, which is there's plenty of work. There's plenty of opportunity. Of course, I can have a piece of the pie. We are creating a television show out of actually out of a huge epic event in your life, but out of nothing.
Oh, well,
yeah.
That show's like, no, out of nothing. Oh, I see. Yes, my life was the shrapnel to make this. Yes.
Just like Victoria took shots so that you could be entertained.
You're welcome.
How you doing, honey? You drinking your water? You staying away from trouble?
Yes.
Come here, baby. I got a nice cup of tea for you.
With arms wide open.
Wait, is that Nickelback?
Creed, how dare you?
Creed.
As a girl who grew up going to a Catholic school, Creed was law.
Jesus. Thank you. Thank you so much for Creed. What would we have done without him? No, you're right.
Nothing.
Of course, arms wide open. That's Jesus on the cross, right? I love when we go into religion on this podcast.
We've been doing it a lot lately.
Wait, that Creed song where they're talking about Jesus on the cross. I thought he was talking about hugging.
Oh,
Jess.
No. I will do this. Now I'm running through the lyrics in my head. What did he say? I'll show you everything with arms wide open. Yeah, I was
spitting out lyrics to Arms Wide Open.
I'm not new to Creed. I'm true to Creed. Okay.
Forgive me. I'm nowhere near as dusted up on my Christian rock as I need to be. Sorry. I have shamed you, not only in knowing about old-timey vampire movies, but also I don't know all the lyrics to Creed, and I thought they were Nickelback.
Shaking my head. Producer Mike, just as bad? Creed and Nickelback are just as bad? Wow. How do you really feel?
Nickelback brings me some like a real nostalgia in my heart, like just like Creed brings you back to Jesus, Nickelback brings me back to my angry teen years.
Oh, interesting. Because Nickelback gives me shower music.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh. No, Nickelback. Nickelback. I feel like washing your nethers to Christian rock is like a weird territory to be in.
But not Nickelback. Nickelback, you can wash your nethers to Nickelback.
Sure can. Look at this photograph. Because my vag is pristine. This is so unhinged.
This is my favorite thing I've ever. I'm never going to take a shower again without thinking of you rocking out and scrubbing down on Nickelback. But even better. I want to know those of you out there who are scrubbing down to Creed. I want to know who is doing Christian rock during shower time. Tell me more. Because I'm like, yeah, do I listen to anything in the shower? I don't know if I rock. I know people listen to music in the shower. No, Heart. I listen to Heart in the shower.
Oh, I saw them in concert.
What?
Yeah. One of
You saw Heart?
Yeah, it takes a village sometimes. And sometimes I didn't know, honestly, off the top who Hart was, but every now and then, this is why you reach across the aisle and have friends of all denominations and races. Because I had a friend who was like, hey, I have tickets to go see Joan and the Jet and the Hearts. And I was like, Just went.
I like Joan and the Jet. I think it's just Joan Jett.
Oh, just Joan Jett. See, this is why. This is why you gotta have other friends. But thank you.
Yeah, you've got me in Creed lyrics, and I've got you on Joan Jett and Heart. Heart. Like, I like my badass bitches in the shower, because the shower is like my time to be like, I am woman, hear me roar. So I think it's a lot of like ladies talking about, is this love that I'm feeling? Or wait, no, that's not a lady song. Don't quote me on that. Hold on.
Why I was like, could have fooled me. I'll say yes to anything. I'm like, yep, that's them. Sure is.
That's it. There it is.
It's kind of the same.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and their pockets full grown.
You guys
thank you, hear, Beyonce, Giselle Knowles
thank
Carter.
You. Always in love with her. You guys can't hear. Mike is giving us some excellent it's just excellent feedback over here on his thoughts about Creed, Nickelback, and then of course Beyonce.
In the shower.
If we're rocking out in the shower, the Lemonade album in the shower is all day. Yes,
that album is therapy.
Yeah,
you want to talk about a woman who's been fed up. Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter. Damn it.
I'm really loving the 4 names. I'm glad that you're like you're full-blown using her government name.
There's certain people that I get full government on. Beyonce is one of them. Now, Kim Kardashian, she's only Kimberly.
Oh, Kimberly, all 3 syllables. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
She gets every syllable. Yeah. But yeah,
Kimberly, and we're just that, and that's all she needs. Just we know,
we know who we're talking about.
Although we were talking about Mariah earlier today, all the queens really just
always being a badass bitch. Yeah. Speaking of queens, we talked about dating a bit.
Yes.
Did you? So we both had a ritual we talked about in the last podcast. Did you, in fact, do the saging of your nethers? Speaking of nethers.
I didn't do it. I did not have the ritualistic saging of the nethers, as I know, because you had like friends coming over. It was like a whole event for you. I have not, but you know what? I'm glad you reminded me, because it's a great weekend for it. I think something interesting's happening with the moon. Like we could just like call in some cleansing of the past, because I had a couple of dalliances this summer, and some saging may be necessary. Yes.
Yeah. You know what though? In the way of Moonlight on the Vagina, I realized no one heard this. Producer Mike is talking about Jess being out in her backyard with saging her vagina spread eagle with the moon on it, which you do know there's also sunning.
Yes, this is perineum. Sorry, what is perineum? I was thinking about perennials, like flowers. This is perineum sunning, but instead it's moon saging.
Moon saging. There we go.
Vagina saging by the moon.
Yeah, honestly, we could just find like a really cruddy warehouse and start doing that as a business.
At the warehouse? Oh yeah, we're gonna need some. We think we're gonna need some skylights so that that moonlight can shine in.
Simple,
easy. You know what? We could just get a warehouse that like where the roof's falling in, like downtown LA. Just like go find some. This is gonna go great. Forget it, guys. We're leaving the television industry. Don't
steal our business idea. We have a new hustle.
Mm-hmm. In fact, if you're interested in investing, call us first.
Don't worry, we won't use this money for the show.
We swear.
But if you're interested in saging and mooning a vagina, boy, do we have a show for you.
Hey. I think Mike told us in the beginning, he's like, it's getting weird. It never stopped. It kept getting weird and weirder and weirder.
It's going to stay weird.
Okay, full blown though. You had friends over and they were like, we're doing a ceremony and saging your vagina. Did this happen?
So amazing question. And I also failed and didn't. But what we did, okay, so we didn't do the saging because honestly, I forgot there was a lot going on in host
Sure.
mode. But
Yes.
we did have our cookie decorating, and the cookie decorating was very specific because I have leftover dick candies from a gray
Yes.
sweatpants cookie. So we did that.
Yes.
And we did
I
our own
remember.
version of British Bake Off where we displayed our cookies afterwards. I filmed it, so we'll get it posted once I finish
Oh,
editing the
fab.
video.
Yes. Love
But we
this.
did a whole episode, quote unquote, of British Bake Off with horny sugar cookie men.
Hey, that's the thing. This is the thing. This is what a beautiful thing. Because to be honest with you, as much shade as like men may feel, which none of this is, we love men on this podcast. We love men in general. That's kind of the point.
I'm
Like,
making a face.
not all of them. We
Oh,
love
okay. I was like,
men.
please.
General umbrella. We love men, not
Oh, sure,
individuals. Yeah, we love
sure.
men. Yeah, not every single, but like in general, we love men. We don't hate them. Because there's like man haters out there, right? That's fine. We're not man haters. We love men, and I think making dick candy covered gray sweatpant cookies is like such homage to pay towards men's true nature, which is like just want to honor the gray sweatpant look.
That's fair. I will give you that
Yeah.
because as you were saying, we love men.
We love them. We
Open
want them to be better.
umbrella. Yes, I love them in the way of wanting them to be better. Do I call being attracted to men my affliction? Yes.
No one would choose. I love it. My favorite thing to say, like when people are like, "Oh, homosexuality is a choice," I'm like, "No one would choose this."
No, heterosexuality is absolutely like, I think I might have said this before, but one of my queer friends said that. Like, they legitimately go, I know the sexuality is not a choice because you still like men after the way they've treated you.
Right.
And I was like, see, it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
We're out here. We're trying. I absolutely will not. This is the thing. This is a testament to men because the deal is like, I will not give up on you. We're gonna find a way to make
I'm
this
gonna
work.
find you.
You're out there. I know you are.
That'll keep them at bay for a while.
Where are you?
Speaking of hope.
Searching for a man.
There we go. Yes.
I date, right? We're all just dating for the plot here. We have a podcast to keep up. I got to go on dates so that I can keep up the podcast.
And we're starting in stand-up, so we definitely need material.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk about it because Victoria and I have been doing stand-up. We've been dabbling for a year. We're going deeper. No shows to promote just yet, but that's coming up. Although I do really want to drop just like a love note to the Witty Titties crew. If you're a woman out there trying to learn how to or practice or grow in your stand-up comedy, just Google Witty Titties. Witty Titties. If you're looking for a creative, clever comedic home, these are your gals, and you will never be accepted with more open arms outside of Creed than the Witty Titties gals. Yeah,
they're the bar, but right below Creed, Witty Titties. I swear, the most welcoming place, the nicest people, the most encouraging place ever.
Sincerely.
Fantastic. And it's not even, I mean, it's all facets of comedy. Like people were working on their one-woman shows, their stand-up material, their tight fives, their 10s, half hours, all different levels, but everyone's so encouraging. So that's our little comedy home now that we've been honing our craft, if you will.
Yeah, whether they wanted to take us or not, we're so obsessed with them that we're like, you will love us. Just, similar to our dating lives.
Yeah, just jam us down your throat.
And with that visual,
gonna always keep it weird. Yeah.
Keeping it weird over here. I think outside of checking out the podcast here, we want you to come check us out on all of our other socials. You can find us on Instagram at smilingfaces_series. You can find us on TikTok at smilingfaces_series, Facebook at smilingfaces_series, no underscore.
And of course, the website, www.smilingfacesseries.com. Special shout out to our social media manager, Angela Zarati, and our producer, Mike Bryant. And of course, to our fiscal sponsor, Inclusivity Media, for helping with the show. Love you all so much. Thanks for listening, y'all.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.